Hi viewers, welcome to my channel. Today I am here to explain one of the most important frequently asked interview question in the Java. Here the question is the class name and file name must be same to save the Java program? For this question, you can give two answers, no or yes. So based upon the visibility of the class, you can decide the answer. For example, how can you say no? For this, if your class visibility is by default, you can save the Java program with a different file name. There is no problem at all. Your class name will be different and your file name will be different. There is no problem when your class is a default by default. So for this, let me try to explain one example. Here I have one simple Java program is there. The program name itself is sample.java. So let me try to open this program. Within this program, if you are going to observe, the class name is sample and as well as my file name is also sample. Here the class name is sample and as well as the file name is also sample.java. There is no problem. Whenever we are going to compile and run this program, java c space sample.java, definitely you will get the class file with respect to the sample class. So try to observe it. Within the same folder you will get sample.class file. Let me try to remove it. So I want to compile it one more time. Java C space sample.java. Here my file name is sample.java and as well as the class name is also sample.java. Due to that reason, while at the time of compiling the sample.java program, I am getting sample.class file. And if you want to change the file name, there is no problem. Why? Because the visibility of this class is default, so that you can maintain different file name for this class. The class name will be different and the file name will be different. There is no problem at all. Let me try to change the class name now. So here, instead of sample.java, let me try to provide test.java. What will happen? Try to open the program now. The file name is test.java, but within this file the class name itself is sample.java. The class name is different and the file name is different. There is no problem. So you can save the Java file with a different file name when compared to the class name when the visibility of the class is by default. Here there is no access modifier is available as like public or private or protected. So due to that reason, the visibility of this class will be by default. It is a default visibility. So whenever the class is having the default visibility, you need not to maintain the file name as like as class name. You can give the different file name and the class name will be different. Here the class name is sample and the file name is test.java. There is no problem. Let me try to compile now. Here the file name is test.java and within that file the class name that is available is sample.java. Sample, the class name is sample. While at the time of compiling, definitely you have to use the file name java c space, the file name is test.java. Why? Because within the test.java we have sample class is available. So while at the time of compiling the Java program, definitely you have to use the file name.java. Here the file name is test. That's why I am using test.java. After successful compilation, if you are going to observe, you will get sample.class. Why? Because within this file test.java we are having sample class. Due to that reason, after successful compilation of the test.java, we are getting sample.class. So while at the time of running this program, please keep one important point within your mind. So that point is, we should not run the program with the help of test. Why? Because the class that was generated from this test.java is sample, so that while at the time of running this program we have to use sample. So here the output that we are getting is welcome to Java. Very simple. So here you got the complete information related to the first answer. When the class is by default, you can save the Java program with a different file name and you need not to save the Java program with the same class name. The class name will be different and the file name will be different. There is no problem at all. But one thing you have to keep in your mind, while at the time of compilation you have to use the file name, while at the time of running you have to use the class name. And you have one more answer is there. The answer is yes. Yes, is the class name and file name must be same to save the Java program means you can say yes. When if the class is having public visibility, definitely the class name and the file name should be same. Let me try to change the same program. Here actually the program name that is available within my hands is test.java. Let me try to open. The file name is test.java. But here within this file, the class that is available is sample. If I'm going to make it as public, what will happen? So the visibility of this class will become public, and if you are having the public class within your file, definitely the class name should be the file name. But here unfortunately I did not maintain the same class name while at the time of saving the file name. Here the class name is sample and the file name is test.java. So if the class is public, definitely the class name and file name should be same. If you are not at all maintaining the same file name with respect to the class name, try to check it. If I am going to run this program, here in this program, the file name is test.java. Within this test.java, we are having sample class is available, and that too that the sample class is public class. If you are having public class within your file, definitely the file name should be as like as class name. That is nothing but sample.java. But I am maintaining test.java. At that time, what will happen? Try to compile the program now. Well, at the time of compilation, definitely we are going to use the file name.java. Here the file name is test.java, but within the file name we are having one public class and the class name is sample. Whenever we are having the public class, definitely the class name and the file name should be same. But unfortunately I did not maintain the similar kind of scenario. Then what will happen? Here we are getting the error. What is the error? The class sample is public, which is available in the test.java file. So definitely you should be declare the file name should be sample.java. We should not maintain test.java. Try to change the file name now. Instead of test.java, let me try to change it sample.java. Then what will happen? Try to check it now. In this sample.java file, we are having one public class. The class name is sample. So class name is same and the file name is same. There is no problem at all. So that you will get the output. Let me try to run the program now. Instead of compiling the Java program with the help of test.java, now try to compile. The file name itself is sample.java. Java C space sample.java. Try to compile it. There is no problem. Why? Because within this sample.java, we are having one public class. The class name is also sample. Whenever we are having the public class, the class name and file name should be same. Due to that reason only, after successful compilation, we are getting the dot class file. Now, as per the dot class file, you have to run the program. Java space the dot class file name is sample. Just Java space sample. What is the output that we are getting? Welcome to Java. Please be careful while at the time of facing these kind of questions in the interviews. So you can give two answers based upon the visibility of the class. If the visibility of the class is by default, then definitely you can save your Java program with a different file name. You do not bother about the class name. Whereas if your class is public, definitely your class name and the file name should be same. That's all.